Okay.
Good morning. I'm Janice, and I'm from Canada. I'm from Ottawa, and I'm cycling across the southern tier of the U.S.
Now, let me turn the camera here so I can get you in full frame. Now, I was walking and met this beautiful young lady walking down the trail with her bike and told her I woke up early, but what was the story again? You came from
San Diego, and I'm biking across the U.S., the southern tier, but we are doing a southern tier route that we've created ourselves, and we're following the coastline as much as we can. We'll end in Jacksonville. So we're just going day at a time and planning where we're staying and taking advantage of the good hospitality of many of the southern folk. Although the Florida drivers could use a little bit of education about cyclists.
Right.
Especially the picture of the cyclist in the pavement. That means we do have the right to be there.
Right.
Right?
And they're not used to people
No.
traveling that distance.
They are not. No.
man.
Yeah, so we travel anywhere from 60 to 100 miles a day and camp as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah, and enjoy, food that people give us.
Right.
Free crawfish in Louisiana, and
man.
yeah, some beautiful people along the way.
Oh man.
Yeah, a little too much partying in New Orleans. Still paying for it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
don't recover like I used to, but it was worth it.
Oh,
yeah.
man. This was so amazing, just running into you, hearing your story.
Thank
I told you
you.
about my little bike ride that I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I mean, stuff like what you're doing just inspires me because, to be able to, put all of the things that get in the way
Right.
to the side.
And that's exactly why I do it.
Yes, because this experience is just, it's got to be fulfilling.
Right. And it's exactly what you need to concentrate on. So all the noise and all the chatter in the brain needs to go away.
Yes.
And honestly, I started doing this about 5 years ago, and I biked 9 kilometers, because I'm Canadian, to my yoga class. And then, a year later, I did 3 of the Canadian provinces, then, the west coast of the U.S., along the Pacific Coast Highway, and then circled Lake Superior, then Chile, Argentina, up in the Andes, and now this. So it just kind of snowballs. And as you get stronger, you just get the urge to do more and more and more, right? So
how could I follow you? Like,
you can look.
here?
You can look on my Facebook, and you'll see all of my journey so far.
Oh.
Ken's been awesome tagging me because I don't always have internet with my and our cell phone plans in Canada aren't great. So it's poirierjanice@gmail.com.
Okay.
So POIRIERJANICE@gmail.com.
All right.
Very French, and that's why I loved Louisiana.
Right.
My ancestors are there because I'm Acadian French.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got to meet a lot of the Cajuns, and I
Right.
said, you could be related to me. I really don't know.
Right.
Right?
Man.
So it was kind of serene to be there because, I don't know if you know anything about the Acadian expulsion in the 1700s.
I
Yeah,
don't.
a lot of the men and the boys were put out into the boats,
Right.
and the Acadian women were kept as slaves on the East Coast
Right.
before it was Canada,
Right.
which is now Nova Scotia and PEI predominantly.
Okay.
And then the boys and the men that survived ended up down here in Louisiana. So they are technically my relatives.
Right.
Yeah, very removed,
Right,
but
right.
my history is there. So
Oh, man.
it was really interesting. And to be able to speak French with some people from
Right.
southern U.S.
Right.
Yeah. So I have to say it was my favorite state so
Yeah,
far for
yeah.
that reason.
Right.
I felt like I kind of went home,
Yeah.
and
That's
it was
good.
something I always wanted to do
Right.
and plan to go back. And that's the joy of bike touring.
Yes.
You see people, you talk to people. If I was in a car, I wouldn't have met you.
Right. That barrier.
Right. And
Yeah.
especially with the camping or when you're desperate and
Right.
it's raining. And
Right.
we've had people take us into their homes.
Right.
We had a Baptist minister take us in, and his wife made us a beautiful dinner and breakfast, and they kept us warm.
Right.
You really see the hospitality of people.
Right.
You do see the ugliness too.
Oh, of course.
But we also try to focus on the
The
hospitality,
positive, yeah.
hospitality and,
Right.
and the positive.
Right.
We hope our day always ends with a nice gesture.
Right.
Coming in here, it did. We had
Right.
a fellow in a Jeep put his 4-ways on because of all the construction out here.
Right. Right.
I had to get out into the lane, and the
Right.
cars had to go around. He followed us for about 5 miles with his flashers
Oh, wow.
on to keep us safe.
Right.
And it hadn't been a good day of riding.
Right.
And I almost cried.
Right.
And I thought,
Right.
so that's what I'm taking away from that day.
Yes.
Not the other.
Yes.
Right? So
beautiful.
that's what I like about it.
Right.
But anyway, I could go on and on.
It's been such a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Jess.
Jess.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
follow you.
Yeah.
But I have this more of like a record for me to be able to go educate myself on
Right.
the history that you just told
Right.
me, and now I have how to follow you.
right. And that was my email address. But if you go on Facebook,
Facebook.
and look for my name, I believe you'll see a nice painting of an artist
Okay.
from Louisiana.
Right.
And then there's me on the beach, kind of jumping at Waveland,
Okay.
Mississippi, when I finally hit the Gulf.
Okay.
And that's me.
Perfect.
So, and you'll know when you
Right.
you look at the profile, right?
Okay.
Because it's all about biking.
Right. All right.
Anyways,
Safe
nice to meet you.
travels,
Thank
and I'll
you.
keep following you.
Thank
All right.
you. It's
Bye.
awesome. Thanks.